So Rochdale 13 with Alan Kilshaw ahead of this weekend's trip to Batley Bulldogs. First, I just want to touch on the defeat of the weekend. Was it tough viewing in the video session on Tuesday?
Yeah, it was. It was disappointing for a few reasons. One of them was in front of our home crowd, and we were very flat. But look, they're an exceptional side, and I think it shows how good the performance was against them last season and in the final. And obviously they've kicked on, training every day, and they look bigger, fitter and faster. And a lot of things they did on the day stuck as well. It was a dry day and they had things going in their favour, and they got a lot of ball and they were spinning the ball around, and they're a tough team to play against when they've got that momentum. We were disappointed. We showed some of the characteristics that aren't Hornets now, that Hornets day, and our tenacity, and that will to win and not to give up. We were off that in the first half. Some positives in the second half. We didn't let it blow out. I also thought the crowd were really good. They got behind the lads and clapped the lads off, and I know we can hopefully repay them this week when they come and watch us at Batley, and also on Good Friday with two good performances. So we'll move on now. We draw a line under it, and we've prepared well this week, and we'll continue to prepare well for what will be another real tough battle up at Batley on Sunday.
At London, we mentioned the form and whether it was a concern to you, and obviously you were disappointed on Sunday. When you take a step back and look at it as a whole, do you feel still positive about how you started and what direction the club's going in?
Yeah, look how far we've come in the last season and a half. And first 8 games, I think we would have took 4 losses and 3.5 wins, if you like, with the teams that we've played. We played Toulouse, we played London back to back as well, which did have a bit of an effect. Hull KR we've played. We've been to Bradford, we've been to Featherstone, so we've also had a derby in there as well to contend with. So I think when we look at it, we're not in a bad position. We will improve, we will get better. The lads are working hard, and I see how hard they're working, and there's not a concern at the minute. It's frustrating sometimes when we're not putting some of those things into a performance, but with all semi-professional teams, you only get a small window each week to practice and focus on things, and sometimes you might focus on a lot of things or just a couple of things, and for a longer period, or those more things for a shorter period. So it is hard, but we know where we're at, and we will improve. And the lads' attitude and desire, and they're working hard, and they were very disappointed as well on the weekend because of how flat they were, and I don't know, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of travel the week before, but it's not an excuse for some of the things we served up, as we said, and we played a good side, but we'll strip it back this week, and we'll go to Batley with a simplified plan, and hopefully get some confidence on the back of a good performance.
It came at a cost as well. You lost a few bodies throughout the game. Have you got an injury update on those lads who were struggling on Sunday?
Miles has got a bit of a back complaint. He's been carrying that for the last few weeks. Lewis won't play this week because he failed his concussion test, but he's been to see a specialist today, and hopefully he'll have the all clear for Good Friday. Josh Crowley probably get a rest this week. He's got a couple of niggles. And Chris Riley's hamstring's not as bad as first feared. We were talking 6-8 weeks, weren't we, on Sunday, because before it was a tear, but the second sort of diagnosis on that is it's not as bad as first feared. So Chris could feature over Easter, potentially Easter Monday, but if not, when we return to action after that weekend off following Easter. So we're a little bit bare bones. Obviously Jack Holmes is still injured, and Danny Bridges' loan period's come to an end now, so we're at bare bones, but we'll use a couple of players from Warrington this week, and those guys who are off this week, I think Miles, Josh and Lewis will all be in contention on Good Friday.
And recently, in this week, Jay Le Guin and Paddy Jones have gone to All Golds on a month loan. With Lewis out of action because of that head knock, was you tempted to play Jay this weekend?
Jay likes to play at 9, and he's not that comfortable at half-back, and I think it would have been hard just to throw him in there this week. We're not having much game time in the last few weeks. Paddy's a young lad there, and he needs game time, and so does Jack. And we can call Jack back if we need him. Probably be the next in line, but I think we're pretty comfortable middle forwards. Everyone's pretty fresh there, and Samir, who didn't play last week, which that was based on performance. He comes back into contention this week. He's responded well, so those guys will go away and they'll be better for it. But yeah, on Jay, he probably wouldn't have been comfortable or confident playing half-back for us this weekend, and there's two hookers in front of him at the minute who are performing reasonably well, and Jay's not far off, and he's played well for us this year. He played at Featherstone and he's gone alright for Warren Reserves as well, so hopefully he can go to all goals and do them a favour, and he'll be doing us a favour because he'll be game condition when he returns.
And just looking at the opponents now, Batley, they were on the end of a similar scoreline against Hull KR last week. So does it make this game, a bit more in it? You're both looking to bounce back after a disappointing result.
I think we're both pretty similar in our form. They're 1 point ahead of us in the table. I think it's different. What they've gone is win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So hopefully we can break that trend this week, because obviously they're coming off the back of a loss. They rested a couple of bodies last week, or had a few injuries last week, and it's a tough place to go to, Hull KR. There's not many teams who are going to go there this year and keep the score under 30 points, so we won't read too much into that. And they've got some threats across the park, two good half-backs, good kicking game, a good 9 out of dummy half, and then a couple of big middles who like to offload the ball as well, so we know how tough that's going to be, and we've got a bar up this week, and our commitment to contact's got to be much better. And it's a different beast at Batley. The famous hill, and it's a tough place to go to, and they made the top 4 last year, and they've improved in the off-season. A couple of signings, Farrell from Dewsbury and Manning from Halifax have boosted them, so it's going to be a difficult task, but like I say, we're in a similar position, and it's one we're looking forward to. It's the first challenge of a 8-day period with 3 games in, so we've got to be on our mettle, and we have freshened the squad up this week, and we will rotate, and we will use that dual registration with the 3 games in 8 days in mind.
You mentioned that testing period that you've got coming up now with the games in a short space of time. Have you changed up the way that you're doing things in the week because of that? And are you looking ahead to that weekend, trying to condition the players and give them as much rest as possible?
Be more so next week, Sean, than this, because we'll only get 1 weight session in Tuesday. We can't do weights Thursday, the day before a game, and now we recover on Sunday after the game, because it's Sunday to Friday, short turnaround, so there'll be more recovery and rehab next week. We won't load them as much tonight and on Tuesday obviously next week, and we'll prepare for it. Every team's in the same boat. We're not going to moan about it. It is what it is. We're going to embrace it. It's Easter and it's tradition, and we'll embrace that tradition. And like I said, I think the only difference this week is we're going to use some bodies on dual registration, and then after Easter we'll have a look where we are. We're not far off getting a replacement for Cooks in a season-long loan, so we're just finalising that at the minute. So there's players to come in and boost the squad following that Easter period as well. So I think we're in a strong position, and we'll get those bodies back and hopefully get through this Easter period unscathed, and hopefully with some wins on the board as well.